Hello, everybody, and welcome into our second edition of Measuring Valley Hoops with our Missouri Valley Conference women's basketball analyst, Debbie Antonelli. Debbie, how are you doing this week?
Awesome, Double D. Can't wait to get the week rolling here before we head into the holidays.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quickly approaching that time of the year where we've had those Thanksgiving holiday tournaments and going to be coming up into the Christmas time after teams get through with their final exams, obviously, and we'll get into Christmas break right as we turn into the conference season. But the last time we talked, we had a chance to talk about some the league as we got started in the non-conference season. A couple of tough losses in the league, but it's proven out to show that there's some parity around the Missouri Valley Conference.
I think there's parity across the country, to be honest with you. This is a really exciting time of year in women's college basketball because we've had 8 losses in the top 10 in November. Usually the top 10 doesn't drop any games in the non-conference this early. That's incredible parity, and how that spills over into all of women's basketball is it provides hope. Because here's a couple of things that we want to do in our game, Double D.
Build, serve, and empower. Now, how's that working?
You got that? That's my 3 things right there. That's the way I want to be a part of the game, and that's why I want to be a part of the Valley. I want to help build our game. I want to serve our game. I want to empower young women. And when we have teams that have hope, that work hard in the offseason and do the things they need to do to get themselves ready to be in a position to have an upset, that's why the top 10, those 8 losses in November are important for everyone. It's similar to what I said last week, but it's even more emphasized this week. So players, keep getting in the gym and working.
Yeah, now we talk about putting yourself in a position to have an opportunity. A couple of those statement games coming up here for a number of teams that could potentially give them those opportunities.
I love the word statement game in the Missouri Valley, and I say that because these are opportunities on the schedule that you sort of circle because they're Big 5 or Power 5 or whatever you want to call them. Games like what Wichita State has on their schedule. Now, I know they're back-to-back Missouri Valley champions. Jody Adams has put together a terrific schedule. What she has coming up is at home against Kansas State. That'd be a huge opportunity in-state to get a big win. On the road at Tennessee. Both those games are before Christmas. Actually, they're almost back-to-back December 12th and 16th. Jody's going to take her team home to Knoxville to be able to take on Tennessee, who's lost 2 in a row. You've got to have hope, and you've got to have great guard play. And the thing that Wichita State has is the preseason pick for Player of the Year, Alex Harden. To know her game is to love it because she plays every facet of the game. Jody Adams told me she's never had a point guard with this kind of size that can do the things that Alex can do on both ends of the floor. She can defend the point through the post, 1 through 5. She also could play 1 through 5 because Coach Adams will invert her to the block if necessary. But I think Alex Harden plays with an incredible IQ, enough good pieces around them. They come in with a good game plan, which I know they will. They have a chance for 2 huge statement game RPI wins for the Missouri Valley.
Coming off one of those big wins, the Indiana State Sycamores defeating Indiana over the weekend. We're now joined by the Sycamores head coach, Joey Wells. I guess, Coach, big win for the Sycamores. I guess, first of all, give us your thoughts. Big win over the Hoosiers. Your immediate reaction.
You know, one of the things that we talked about and we've always done is defensively we've hung our hat on that. And I think we did that against them. You know, holding a team like that, they can really score. And holding them to 61 points with an extra 5 minutes of play just kind of shows defensively where we're at. Again, we still got to improve on some things offensively with our turnovers. But our players are really playing hard and they've bought into what we're trying to do this year.
Coach, one of the things that I noticed in watching the game was that you did a terrific job with your defense in holding Indiana's backcourt below their scoring average. How were you able to take them out offensively and not let them be such a huge factor with your defense?
Well, I think one of the things that we did is we picked their guards up, you know, full court. You know, I don't think we did anything special, but just making them work a little bit harder. And then our post players did a great job of showing on those ball screens. So again, instead of using one ball screen, they'd have to use a ball screen, come back to it again. And so we made them run their offense a little bit longer than I think they were used to. In the games that we watched, I thought the transition was really good. And so we slowed that down.
Coach, what was it like going against Terry Morin? You had been on the staff with her. She just got the job late at Indiana, and now you got to go there and play her. And what was that like based on the great relationship that you two have?
You know, it's tough, you know, when you go play a friend and that's what she is. Like I said, she was a mentor for me for 2 years here. I learned a lot under her, and we came very close. And again, one thing is, she showed a lot of class. After the game, she took time and hugged every single one of our players. And that's just the type of person she is. And that's why she's going to do great things at Indiana, because she's very personable and her players love playing for her.
Joey, one of the things that you have going for you is that you guys are really good on the road. Sometimes that's dictates that, or sometimes that means that you have really good guard play. Notre Dame has the longest winning streak on the road right now. You've got the second longest. Why are you so good on the road?
Well, I do. I think our guard play, again, we have to get better offensively. But I think defensively, our guards are really good. You know, Natasha and Trevesia Franklin are 4 year. They're 4 years. And they play so hard on the defensive end, and they take a lot of pride in it. And then our post players feed off of that. And so it just kind of snowballs. And anytime you can defend, whether it's at home or on the road, you got to give yourself a chance to win.
And, Coach, one last thing for me. We've been talking about statement wins in the Valley and why it's important to get wins over Power League, Power 5, Big 5, whatever you want to call them. What does this mean to the Missouri Valley when RPI is going to become such a huge thing when we move forward into conference play? How does this win help the Valley, and certainly how does it help you?
Well, first off, it helps the Valley again, because like I said, RPIs. I mean, the Missouri Valley has great teams in it. We're coming off a young year last year with a lot of injuries, and I think we're going to make huge strides this year. And so anytime you can get a win like that, especially on the road, it does nothing but help the entire team, and the league. For us personally, it's momentum. You know, it's when you go to Wichita State, when you go to UNI, when you go to Drake, those are tough places to play, let alone win. And so for us to start off the season showing that we can do that on the road, hopefully that gives us confidence when we go to UNI and Drake and Wichita State, and we're going, okay, hey, we're down 7. We've been here. We've done this. Let's keep our composure.
All right.
Well, you're off to a great start, Coach. Congrats so far.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time and everything you're doing for the Missouri Valley.
Thank you for your time, Coach. We appreciate it, and best luck along the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot. You guys take care.
And that'll do it for this week as we measure Valley Hoops. Davey, thanks so much for your time, and we'll look forward to talking to you again real soon.
All right, Double D, hang in there, man. I'll see you soon.